U.S. strikes on Houthi militants was a message to blank.
President Trump ordered decisive military action against the Houthi terrorists in Yemen.
This one seems pretty clear-cut to me. Obviously, the Houthi militants backed by Iran. When Donald Trump struck them over the weekend, he was sending a clear message to Iran. Look, we've seen over the last 2 to 3 weeks, Trump has sort of amended his tune when it comes to talking about Tehran.
I've written him a letter saying, I hope you're going to negotiate, because if we have to go in militarily, it's going to be a terrible thing for them.
He came into office and essentially said, well, not only are we going to take the gloves off compared to how Joe Biden was dealing with the Middle East and in Iran in particular, but we're going to increase sanctions. We're going to actively try to destroy their economy, inflict severe suffering on the Iranian people so that the Ayatollah will come to the negotiating table and say, hey, we need to change our ways. Fast forward a few weeks, and now Donald Trump is talking about positively engaging with Tehran to make sure that we can sort of get a stable Middle East and stop the propagation of Iran's nuclear program. That's the big key here.
I said, I hope you're going to negotiate, because it's going to be a lot better for Iran. And I think they want to get that letter. The other alternative is we have to do something, because you can't let them have a nuclear weapon.
Donald Trump, you heard him say, I wish there weren't nuclear weapons across anywhere in the entire world. We would get rid of them if there weren't enemies to America out there threatening this. And so I see this as an evolution of Donald Trump's handling of the Ayatollah. He's publicly signaling to them, look, we can enter negotiations. I'm not going to just bomb you out of existence. But on the flip side of that, if you are attacking, 1, American military vessels in the Red Sea, 2, mercantile vessels in the Red Sea, instigating around the fringes of the conflict in Gaza, then we are going to wipe you off the face of the earth. It's as pretty clear cut as that to me. I think this is also, again, like I mentioned on the previous segment, a little red meat for the base to chew on while everyone's worrying about their 401ks in the stock market.
Well, the base did love that Moab that he dropped at the start of his
bombs. That's
last presidency. I think this is a message to Israel, for one, to show that Donald Trump really has the back of Israel, not just rhetorically, but also, putting the resources behind that in a way that the Biden administration was sort of accused of trying to talk out of both sides of his mouth when it came to Israel, because he had a domestic political problem on the left wanting Israel to be cut off. But I also think it's a message to all other world leaders, particularly adversaries like Vladimir Putin and Xi Jinping in China, that Donald Trump isn't just words when it comes to these things, because Joe Biden did not have a lot of leverage when it came to negotiations with Russia, when it came to trying to crack down on China. There wasn't an expectation that there was anything behind any of Biden's words, not just because of the mental fitness question, if he even knew what he was saying when he was out there talking to world leaders, but also because that wasn't the foreign policy of his administration.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And so Donald Trump, I think, is sending the message that his foreign policy comes backed with far more aggressive actions than his predecessors.
Yeah, he's really kind of tweaking Teddy Roosevelt here, right? He's not walking quietly. He's tweeting very loudly
and carrying a big stick.
and carrying a really big stick too. Yeah, that's right.